tickle in the back of my throat every now and then.
I had the same thing with Eddie.
It's like your voice is about to go like dead weak or something.
It's been a bit of an up and down season, starting with the crash, which I guess could have derailed your year potentially, but you bounced back in pretty impressive fashion. How do you reflect on the year so far?
It's been really consistent. I think when I sat down in October and we went through the year, what we want for myself, what I want for myself, it was about getting back to that level that I was in like 2014, 15, 16. Just being really consistent across the board, helping the guys in the mountains, looking for my own opportunities. And I think if I look back this year, each race that I've gone to, I've progressed, hit those targets, I think. Yeah, obviously that crash put a real spin on the year. I was already feeling really good. I had a new lease of life. I was enjoying the training. I was going really well. I was looking forward to the training camp with G. Yeah, and then that crash happened. You know, you never want anything like that to happen, but I've been there before. So the best thing that you can do is not worry, not panic. You know that you've got a great setup behind you, a great staff to get you back in track.
I think it might have passed people by just how serious the accident was. Could you just talk through exactly kind of what happened?
Even I underestimated it. I was like, I remember hitting the floor and then standing up, obviously blood was everywhere. It was coming off my face. I hit my face pretty bad. I just had this real bad pain in sort of like my lower abdomen, my stomach area. First I thought it was just broken ribs. I was like, let's just get back to the hotel, get cleaned up and we'll be all right. I'll continue training tomorrow. But then as we started to like walk over to the car and try and get into the car, it became apparent that something was a little bit worse. I was not going in and out of consciousness, but starting to go really lightheaded and stuff like that. So we went to hospital. As soon as they saw like me with my face and they found out how fast I was going when I crashed, they put me straight into like the scan machines where you get checked over, and they found that I'd ruptured my spleen pretty badly. I think looking back then, I underestimated how serious it was to spend a week in hospital, 4 days in intensive care and then three or 4 days on the normal wing before I could fly home. And you know, even in this team, the way that they look after you and stuff like that it's second to none. They made sure that I wasn't flying home home. They flew a doctor out just to make sure that I had somebody with me all the time. And as soon as I got home, I was in to see another specialist and just to really see what the actual damage was, look at the reports and stuff like that. And yeah, that other specialist came back and said I was actually pretty lucky.
4 months later, more or less, you won the Nationals.
Yeah, I think the Nationals, it's a special one. You can't really explain it or expect it until it happens. You know, you get to wear that jersey for a year, and I think it's one of the nicest jerseys, one of the nicest national jerseys out there. So to actually get that, and I think it was more of a relief really. I've had a lot of ups and downs the last couple of years. I think it was 4 years since I'd last won a race, but I'd had numerous second places, third places, and it was almost just like a big relief to get that win for myself after the crashes, the up and downs, and then for it to be in the Nationals, it was just extra special.
The Worlds, I know you're getting question after question about the Worlds at the moment, but has your whole season really been leading up to that?
I think when it got announced that the Worlds were going to be in Harrogate, it was quite exciting. It was obviously going to be on a course that would suit me because that sort of terrain around there does suit my characteristics. But then obviously in 2018, 17 times when I wasn't really going that well, it kind of fell off the radar a little bit really. Obviously I got 5th in Bergen in 2017, so getting results like that just kind of hit home to me that I can perform in races like that. And it was like a bit of a long-term focus to focus on the Worlds. And fortunately I've come back to this team and this support group, and it's allowed me to really focus on that and believe in myself that I can get into a level to challenge.
Cool, perfect, thank you.